Well, let's get to it. Let's start. Let's see some cars, Sean.
All right.
What's the first car you want to show us?
Okay. Since Joey like Nissan, we'll do Nissan the last. But this is not all my cars here. This because I can only store about maybe 10, 15 cars here. So this is definitely not all the cars, but we're gonna go to the front.
I feel so sorry for you. I'm so sorry for your pain.
So the cave itself is like, I rarely invite people here because this is 100% just me. So this is like the first time people get to see what a cave's all about. It's still kind of messy, but I'm going to show you guys around now. Turn it. So on top of here, there's a E46 that I built a long time ago. I just kept it.
Nice. So that's individual throttle body V6, right? No, straight six. That's right. Really nice. Yeah. Is that one DSG or manual?
No, this is actually it. So this one is very unique. It's a manual, no sunroof delete, and also manual seats, also no nav. So it's like the lightest way you can get in an E46.
Wow.
So right now,
right now
it has a Moton suspension on there. I don't know if you can find it.
So what was that car designed for? Was that a track car, or was it just kind of?
That was my track or canyon car. So yeah. So this is my CLK63 Black Series right here that I bought a little while back.
Yeah.
Nice. But it's been sitting here because stuff here. I got a lot of seats over there.
Why'd you buy that car? What's so special about that Black Series? I wonder why people buy that car.
Oh, last of the naturally aspirated motor, 6.3 liter, pretty much is one of the biggest, one of the largest naturally aspirated motor on the market, and it's one hell of a car. It's very limited production. Only I think 200 made in the world.
Well, let's see the engine. Let's see the engine. You're just pointing at the door.
Sure.
You gotta see it. Yeah.
Let me get a flashlight so you can see it better. And here's a 997 GT3 RS with a GMG wide body for the front.
Man, that looks so nice.
Yeah, with a Carrera GT seats. Let me get a flashlight so you can see it better.
Wow.
Oh, wait. Let's talk about that car.
This one?
I want to talk about no. The R7.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's start with that car.
So this is a world lowest mileage RX-7. It was locked in a barn since 1987. This is a 10th anniversary edition. So it was found by Cody, of course. You probably know the story. So this car belonged to Cody Walker's grandfather. So in 1987, his grandfather went to a Mazda dealership in Oregon and actually was going to just go buy a B2300 truck. So ended up the salesman upsell him a truck and along with this car. So you got to do your math. Okay, 1987, this is a $20,000 car. Mazda B2300 was only what, a $6,000 truck or $7,000 truck, right? So this is back in the day, can actually go buy pretty much a house in Oregon. So they bought a car and brought it back to their barn, and they ended up never drive it. So look at it here. This car was never refinished. It came the way it is. So I'll show you.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a time capsule right there.
Yeah, so I commit on driving 100 miles every year. So right now it's 1,800. So this car last couple weeks ago was on.
Wow, that's so clean, man.
Yeah, the seats are original. You should come and see the car. So now this is 1987's leather seats. You couldn't see the stitching, still very soft.
Yeah.
On it.
Yeah.
Wow. And I'm gonna show you something pretty amazing too about this car. So it has it's one of the fully loaded FC out there because it's got all the accessories. You got just a louver. That's still in good condition.
That's factory? That's a factory louver?
That's a factory option, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and come factory painted label in white. And
wow.
The thing about this one from factory is not a lot of people have these options anymore because they all swatch out the headlight. So this got original factory CB headlight. Yeah.
Ooh, CB? Oh, wow. Yeah. Yo, that's crazy.
That's crazy, right?
Do they even sell that headlamp anymore?
They sell for rally cars now. So this car basically it's perfect. So this car actually was on Petrolicious just a couple weeks ago, and it was also won JCCS last year for the best RX-7.
Nice.
It deserves it.
Yeah. So the other thing is it comes with if you look at the glass, it's kind of brownish. It comes factory tinted glass. It's not tinted by film. It's the color is built into the
glass itself. Wow.
Let me see. Pop the trunk. So what's amazing is that this is a true JDM time capsule. So it's got something old people knows is it's got a 10th anniversary bra with embroidery.
Oh, has a bra.
Awesome. Nice. Yeah. So you guys know how brittle and fragile vinyl is, right? So this is don't forget this is 30-some years old. Okay, now look how soft this is. Look.
Wow.
Did you see that? This is a vinyl.
Impossible to find. That's you'll never be able to replace that.
Yeah, this is vinyl, and this is such a high quality. Look at this; it's embroidered on there too. Look how nice it is. It's not
crazy.
You see that?
It's not really special.
Yeah, it's not printed on.
So what? Besides the paint and then some of the body kit stuff, was the engine completely different than the stock RX-7?
No, it's completely same as a regular RX-7 turbo, except if you look at the front, it has a Momo steering wheel. Center has 10.
Has a Momo steering wheel?
Yeah, from factory. Yeah, sure.
That's cool.
CB lights and Momo. Man, whoever designed this car thought of everything, man. Such detail. Wow.
I need to get the lights. So you see, all you did is you see the embossery 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then he also has the factory Momo steering wheels. See the Momo on top right here?
Oh, wow. That is cool.
That's sick.
This is cool. This, you gotta look at this. This is cool. This is the I don't know the keys in here, but this is the equalizer. I don't know. Only old people knows like back in the day, we had to put equalizer on our cars. And you can play metal. Remember metal tape? Let me see. There's a button you can push to select metal tape. It's pretty cool.
Look at that. It's so clean, man.
Did you see that? Here, I show it to you guys.
Does the cigarette lighter work too? Still?
Everything works. Everything works on this car. So see that it says metal? Yeah. So you push metal, you can play metal tape. So for young people that doesn't know, back in the days, you have your regular tape and you have a metal tape that's actually more conductive to the magnetic, and it sounds better, more crisp. So for play that, you have to change this, push this button. Dolby and R on the car. Yeah,
the fact that all of those things still work, man, that's amazing. That means that this thing was so taken care of. How many miles is on it? 1,800?
Right now it's 1,800. So when Cody found it, when Cody found this car, he just say, I couldn't take care of it, and then he was very nice of him. Goes like, Sean, do you want it? I go, hell yeah! I go like, why the money right away, and sends me the car over. So it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Do you feel like you stepped into the 80s every time you walk into that car?
Yes, actually, this is why I enjoy old cars so much now, because when I was younger, I couldn't know what those car feels like, right? My dream car back when I was younger was the Testarossa, RX-7, or that type of car. So a lot of cars where they end up now, they're heavily modified. You always curious, like what this car really feels like when it's bone stock in a 1987 or 1990 or 1991. Doesn't matter what car you like, right? Because most cars now, they either modify the suspension, the shocks gets blown out, the brakes being redone, people upgrade them. But you're always curious about what that feels like 30 years ago or 25 years ago or whatever the car feels like. So I was lucky that I was able to enjoy this particular car and drove it really hard like a couple of times, and to feel what it likes in the canyon, or how that four-wheel steering system works on the back, how's the original gearbox, then so I have something to talk about a story that I keep for myself,
Yeah.
Wait, so that car is an all-wheel drive rotary engine?
No, it's not all-wheel drive. It's a rail-wheel drive. It's a rotary rail-wheel drive. But what happens? A lot of cars back in the days in JDM car, they have four-wheel steering built into it. So this is actually not a hydraulic four-wheel steering system, unlike the Nissan Hiace. or super hikers, this actually has what on the compression, the rear wheel will actually toe out a little bit. So they simply, the bushing will actually have some of the free play. So when the car leans over, that's when they push the wheels outward, so to help you rotate the rear end better. Yeah. So
interesting.
So hydraulic forward steering, you have like the Honda Prelude had a four-wheel steering system on that, and then of course Nissans are known for the S chassis, and of course the Skyline for the four-wheel steering hikers. You know, and
I never knew the RX-7 had it. That's interesting.
Yeah. So
did they carry that onto the FD?
I'm not sure about the FD, but FC is a very important platform for FD. But a lot of RX-7 guys doesn't know because I don't know, maybe they know. So first of all, this is the first turbocharged engine that for the rotary engine ever to put in the public, right? So FC plays a very important part for Mazda when they lead to FD later on. So everything on FC, believe it or not, it's pretty much interchangeable with FD. Give an example. The gearbox right now, the gearbox on the FC, right? Except for the external casing and bell housing different because the length of the car is different. Every gears in there in the synchros are switchable with the FD gearbox. Yeah. Yeah, then the FC motor, of course, the 13BT was a single turbo. Once you go to once you go to FD, it become a twin turbo. So this engine was the base for Mazda to research on the turbocharged rotary engines. They try to sort out all the problems that they have and blah, 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 stuff like that, and to help them later on R&D for the FD to where they are today. But unfortunately, because later we all know they face emission issues because it's based on oil injection. They'll score oil into the rotary for lubrications. Then unburned oil go directly into your cat, and you will clog up your cat if you. So that's one of the big issues. Until they can resolve that, I don't think the rotary will come back. I don't know, Mazda, if you guys are listening to this, I know they do, but we really hope to have another rotary. It's a beautiful car. Yeah,
awesome car.
It's also got a very variable speed. Scared me. So it's a hatch. It's got a variable speed steering as well too. As you go faster, it looks a little bit more tighter. It's
a lot of technology for that year. I'm really surprised to learn all this.
But if you look at the Skylines, even more technology. It's very, very complicated. Suspension, transmission. They have a G sensor on the Skyline as well too.
Is it on all the Skylines or just the R34?
Starting R32, they start having the G sensor. But the way they build G sensor is really, really funny. I'm going to show you guys one more thing. This is kind of cool. So I keep on getting sidetracked. So this has a louver. So this is actually a mud flap. I haven't put it on there yet. Okay. So this is so cool because it shows you the quality of the stuff that they made back in the days. The R7 mud flaps. But now look, this is not made out of plastic. It's made out of rubber. I want to show you that. When I think about 30-some-year-old rubber, okay? So now look, this is my finger. I'm pushing it in. No crack. See that? This is just a rubber flexible. Yeah, that's crazy. And crazy about it is the wheel. Hold on, let me show you the wheel. This is where
How did it stay this nice? Did they put it in a temperature control garage?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they did.
So this is actually original Enkei for lightweight. That actually has aluminum spare tire.
Enkei? It has Enkei wheels? Oh my God.
That's a spare tire.
All the parts on this car itself are gems, Sean.
Yeah,
I know.
It's all quality stuff. That's awesome.
Well, this car is forever going to be in the family. If one day I go, I'm just going to sell it and donate the money all to their foundations,
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me take these wheels out. So this is actually a spare wheel. So it's made out of aluminum. It's made out of aluminum, super lightweight.
It says Enkei? Is that the EK? Is that the emblem?
I think it's on the back.
The marking. So Enkei made spare tires for this FC.
See that?
Wow.
You see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it says Enkei Mazda.
So what are the other wheels? Are those Enkei wheels? The The wheels that are on it now, they came from factory, so they made
they come on factory, but I'm not sure if Enkei make that or not. I'm not sure. Yeah, but this for sure, it's got Enkei's mark right there. See that?
And it's only for the spare tire.
Yeah, and spare tire, and it's looking the spare rim looks this good, man. This is the spare tires, man. You can pull forward this. You can pull forward this and go snow driving on the thing. You know, it's pretty cool.
That's the most beautiful spare tire I've ever seen.
It's really, really light. And also, you know what? Now look at my finger. I'm gonna dig into it. Did you see this thing's still soft?
Yeah.
This is still the original spare tire that's in the car.
What kind of tires are those?
This is like some brand's called. This is Bridgestone.
Oh, it's Bridgestone. Is that factory? That's from factory too. That's the original.
This is from factory.
Wheel?
This is from factory.
Wow.
Original wheel, original wheel, and original tires. It's so light.
It looks
with one hand.
It looks like a low profile wheel, man. It's so nice.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Wow.
That's
beautiful.
Most people doesn't know this is actually a painted rubber too. If you look at it, my finger, if you squeeze it, see that?
Wow.
Reflex.
Yeah, but
till now, the most biggest problem is usually around edges. They're usually have a crack, but this has no crack on it. So, yeah. So this is actually a rubber tail they painted till now. So that's the RX-7.
What size wheels are on those from factory?
Right now, I think 16 by 7, maybe. Let me see.
Wow.
I got clean tires on.
Clean.
Yeah.
So what's 0 to 60 in that car when you tested it?
I think back in the day it was like 7 seconds. Maybe something around that.
It's really quick for that time, man.
For the time.
How does the turbo sound?
It sounds not too intrusive, not like modern day turbo. It's just it's not. It's actually very plushy. This is our kind of car you can go on a long distance drive for hours and hours. So back in the day when they built a GT car, Japanese built a GT car, their philosophy is a little different. They're not trying to build a hardcore car that's gonna, shake your bones apart. They're trying to build a car that's like has performance, makes you comfortable, and you're gonna have a lot of fun with it. You can drive it anywhere. So this car is very, very plush. If you come next time you're trying to drive my stock Skyline, instead of the original Nissan shocks on there, you feel like Camry or Corolla with a little bit more power.
Really?
Yeah. And next time come to the garage, take the RX-7 now, then you'd be like, oh wow, you'd be surprised. Japanese way of saying GT car is this plush. This is kind of car you really can go hours and hours without getting tired from it. But
that's how I felt with the FD I had. I had the touring package, right? And it was very plush. I mean, I think there was like a R spec version of that car, and that version of the FD was not a comfortable car to drive around.
But this is even plusher. You'd be surprised. When you drive, the car leans like this. It's really crazy.
So I see that you have this huge collection and a lot of different variety, but how did your passion for cars start? Like, was it a certain car that got you into this, or what happened?
Yeah, it's a Toyota A86, believe it or not. So I'll tell you a story about that. It's a very interesting. I just recently bought back my original Hachiroku, and I left it outside.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna rebuild it because I sold it to my friend maybe 14, 15 years ago. He's a fireman now, and he just doesn't drive that car very often. And I say, sell it back to me, and he sold it back to me. So I just finished a mechanical restoration. No, it's simple. All I need is it's a paint and molding, which is hard to find because the window molding is really they no longer make it. So I had to find some. It's mainly just window molding, windshield molding, and type of thing. It just it takes time to find those things. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an iconic car.
You want to keep that factory correct? Like you want to keep it like
I have
authentic.
I have two Hachiroku right now. So one being my old race cars. I used to drive a lot. So I used to race motorcycles, and I raced for Yamaha for a little bit. Then back in the day, and I was doing pretty well on motorcycles. Later on, took big crash on Willow Spring and broke almost every single bone in my body, which actually I did. About 85% of bones being broken before. I learned, remember, I don't go to school that much, but I learned a lot about my body. Like, this is called a collarbone. Why is it called collarbone? Because you broke it. I'm like, all right, so I broke my collarbone. Okay, a tibia and pelvis. When I broke it, I remember I have only high school graduate, and when I came here at 14, I was taking ESL class. My vocabulary is not that good, so it's really funny. I learned after I went to the hospital. I crashed on Willow Spring. I turned 9 at 140 miles an hour on a Yamaha FZR 600 during a race. I become a human tumbleweed. Broke everything, however, because back in the day, the motorcycle protective gear is not as good as now. You know, you basically have no protective gear. You just have a glove and leather. That's it. That's all you have. So after that, I came out of hospital. My egos got hurt because, you know, guys like cars, especially guys that race cars. You know, you want to learn how to do it right. And I feel like my ego got hurt really bad. So I started learning how to drive. So believe it or not, the first car ever modified it to drive in the canyon was actually not an FC. Okay, I think it was 1996, but I bought a 1990 FC. I drove it, then I flipped over the car down the hill. And my best friend was in the car with me. And then I didn't give up. So I started taking my other cars, going to canyon, just trying to find out how to handle a car the right way. And I bumped into a bunch of old school Japanese guys that drives Miatas, FCs, and Hachirokus in the canyons. So I started trying to, you know, drive with them. And at the time, I have a Lexus SC300. I figure I have more power, much more power than they are. I can keep up with them. They lift me in the dust in like 2 turns. And I was like, wow. Then I caught up with them on top of the hill. I go like, hey, who are you guys? Can I drive with you guys? They don't talk to me. They jump on the car and run away. Okay. So then I start doing regularly, going up there around that time. Then I start finally, after we meet a couple times, they finally start talking to them, which you guys all know who they are. They still exist today. They're actually, a lot of them is in the pro drifting community. A lot of them is actually working for major car company. So then I started joining the original Toge crew, which is, you know, Toge means people that runs the canyons. And then, of course, I bought my very first Hachiroku, which is a hatchback, a beat-up hatchback with original 14-inch tires on there. And I started driving with them. And I started getting more passionate on learning how to fix the car and what to do and what not to do to modifying the cars. Then I started driving with them, and we go, and my skills gets better and better and better and better and better and better and better. And then I become a diehard lover for Hachiroku because it creates a relationship. It's a machine, but it creates a relationship between a canyon, a row, and myself. So I found a lot of inner peace just through the process. Not about speed, not about who's fast, not about, who gets up to the top of the hill tonight, who gets on the bottom of the hill tonight. It's about just you going out there, you drive with this machine, and that's the message you get. And I really enjoy the process. And to today, 30-something, I know most of them about 30 years now. We're still very, very good friends. We still talk about driving, and we still drive together, sometimes.
What's this crew called? What was it called?
The original ones? There's no name for that. There's no name for that. They're just a bunch of old JDM guys who loves to drive.
Oh.
But right now, they're very influential in the car world. Extremely influential. You definitely know their names, but I'll tell you about them in private. You'd be surprised who's in that. You'd be surprised who's on this list.
Your story sounds like a Tokyo Drift story, like the true Tokyo Drift character. That's how Han learned how to drift in the Hachiroku, Yeah. And he met these guys that wouldn't accept him into the crew, so he had to, earn their respect, build his little FC out, and then finally one day he proves that he's worthy to be a canyon driver. Yeah. Midnight Club, if you will, the US LA Midnight Club. Yeah.
Yeah, we know somebody. You definitely know somebody who's out of Midnight Club, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to tell Joey, you know what the Midnight Club is?
No.
Oh, you're a Nissan guy. You got to know this.
Sean, oh my God!
Give him the history of the Midnight Club. You got to know this. You're gonna get a kick out of this.